dusty roads way back when. And we were following some old symbols down below, and it led us right into this patch of trees. We weren't expecting to find what we found. And so we're going to go up through here and we're going to identify those symbols. And what we believe to be a silver sign. And the reason you can tell, if you can get back in there and look at it, it's like a half moon almost. And so this would be silver. And basically the Uintas up here in this area is more silver than gold. And so this is probably, and as you can see, a rule of thumb, you stick your hand in here, for every joint of the finger, figure 100 years. So I'm out here to my fourth knuckle.
Yeah. So you got at least what, 25, 50, wait, is that how that works?
You go from here to here on the fourth joint, you'd be about 250 years.
There you go. That sounds right.
Now people think you have to core the whole tree. If you're going to core this, all you need to do is core from the bark to the face of that cut, and that'll give you the age.
And that's it.
You don't need to core into the tree and kill it. That's what'll happen.
This one's still living too.
Yeah. It's a follow marker. And so you want to go look at this straight on, and then you go straight ahead. Some people think you stand with your back to it, but that's not how they work.
Yeah.
You look at it straight ahead, and then you look at it and go straight ahead.
It's literally telling you you're on a trail to lead you to something else, correct?
Now, if there was an E, the capital E figure on top, that would mean reverse direction. So you would turn around and go back the other way.
Ah, gotcha.
Now this takes us right up to the flower. Now, like I was explaining to some people, this is the road, the trail. This is the mountaintop. These are side canyons. And this little cut here would be the mine in the southeast corner of the mountain.
Where's that land?
That's right there.
Yeah.
So that's what that's telling you. That tells you that tells you the tunnel.
Oh, I didn't see that one before.
Below the peak.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool?
Because it's below this.
Yeah, look at that. That is way cool.
Yeah, so that's what this is telling you right here.
Huh.
So how old do you think that one is, Steve?
Well, with the bark overgrown here, it was put in a lot later. And it's probably 100 years or less, maybe 100 years. And I know the Mexicans were still coming up.
Yeah.
And using them.
And they were replacing symbols with the symbols that were already here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's
because
what
they
you
were
do.
dying on certain trees, so they would move them over. And you know what, Steve? Since you've shown me this years ago, this is decaying more. This bark is breaking more and more. But you know, this kind of
tree's
brings.
dead now. See?
Yeah. Shoot.
This is the one that I wanted to have cut down and cut out.
Yeah.
But it might not make it.
You know,
Yeah.
and you still can see the knife marks.
Yeah.
And I don't think those will ever deteriorate unless
No.
the tree is just left out here to decay. You know.
These are the original knife scratchings by whoever carved it.
Cool.
That's pretty impressive.
That's really cool. I didn't know about this one.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. If you think about where the mine is at Josephine,
That's the lower entrance right there.
It's really cool. And we got another one, don't we, Steve?
It might be right up there, I think.
You got one behind us.
Oh,
Did we miss it?
Other cross.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously dead, but this is the Maltese.
Oh, it's still alive. That's good.
Yeah.
Now you want to get pictures of this because it won't be around long.
So
And you can see they carved, they cut, but they had something in there we're telling you. They had these different cuts in here. They could be trails.
Oh, look at that.
And the Maltese cross is always meant that it was it could be like a king's mine or very rich or designated for a certain purpose. So anytime you find the Maltese, that's really important. I've only seen a couple Malteses. One was in rock, another was in a pine tree over on Mosby Mountain. And this one.
Wow.
And the rock one
So those
is
are pretty rare.
the rock one was down there by the bear's ears.
Oh.
And I found that one. It's really cool. It's on
Wow.
the rock. All kinds of Spanish stuff on that rock.
Wow. We got to go see that one day, Steve. I'd love to
Yeah,
see
we have
that.
to get permission from the Southern Utes to get
Oh,
on there.
is
They bought
it
the
on
land,
this?
but we can get on there.
Yeah.
So that
So
means,
big.
so the Maltese, if I didn't hear you. That means that it's designated for like a specific purpose. And it's very rich,
Very
or
rich.
belongs to the king.
Very rich, right.
Wow.
Very,
This would almost be like a heart,
yeah.
which we'll see up here in a little
Yeah,
while.
which we'll find.
But as you can see, this was an older one too.
Yeah, look
Older
at
than
that.
older than the cross, or older than the tree or the flower. You can tell where it's starting to come in. It was dug. It was cut clear back into here.
Yep.
Maybe 200 years old, you
At
think?
least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it hasn't got long life left. This fact, it's about dead. So
It's still hanging in there, though.
Yeah, all
Fast
these you
and
could
let
do
it
that.
harden up.
yeah, but that's what needs to be done, or they're going to just be gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so these are some of the left. This is what's left of the old Mexican Spaniards. There ain't no more.
Yeah.
They're done. They're gone.
Yeah.
All the ones we used to see up here actually meant it was a reel, and that took in 7 different mines, at least, in this whole area.
And that's what we were talking about just recently too. You know what? For a long time, Steve, I've thought about the bear hole tunnels being the Josephine, right? And the more and more, especially in the last year, I would say, we've been working really closely. You've been passing on a lot of really good information. And I would say I'm looking at the bear hole tunnels now more as a vault. It's almost like it was like the Fort Knox, you know. That's where the wooden door was, and then the mines are in the vicinity.
Yeah, and you know, the glory hole.
Yeah.
But you know, if you look at that map that had the fortress on it,
Yeah.
it was called, you know, the Josephine after the Empress.
Yeah.
And that was what they were calling that whole region.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
so the Bear Hole, the Rainbow,
Yeah.
well, not the Rainbow, that was new. But the Maxwell Canyon, the ones I told you down here,
Mm-hmm.
all those mines, the one up here that I hope you'd find on the west side, that's all
Backside.
part of that reel of mines. And the gold that's lost in the
Black Bull?
Black Bull came out of this mine.
Ah.
Because they were going over the top, going down to Shoshone country,
Uh-huh.
and they were attacked up there.
So they
and
hid
so
it.
the Indians stick it in those caves down there by where the mountain fell down.
Just for, yeah,
That'd be great for
to the
that
north
mine.
of that.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Right where that canyon is.
Yeah.
I would like. Have you really explored it? I'm sure you have. But you know, right before, let's say you're coming from the north, Steve, and right before you get to where the mountain comes down, and even before you go to the canyon that goes to the east, where I think the Black Bull symbol is carved into the tree.
Used to be. It's gone now. Yeah.
Oh, is it gone?
It fell. You crossed the river the first time. It's sitting right there.
Wow.
And then the symbol was talking about going straight up that canyon.
Oh.
That's why Rhodes and I were up that little ridge,
Yeah.
walking all through that country. That's where Bonnie and I found that mine, that armor, that breastplate.
Oh,
was right
okay.
there.
Okay.
So I think it's up in that canyon right in there.
That makes sense, and that's kind of where I've been looking on Google Earth. Have you explored those trees, in your opinion, very well to where we could say we don't need to do it anymore? Or do you think it needs more exploring?
You know, I found a lot of stuff on trees up there.
Yeah.
And we were looking for the big rock with the cross carved in the top of it, which we never found, which was
Oh.
one of the markers that the guy that found the gold marked.
Oh,
But anyway, just because I went in there and found all these symbols don't mean I've seen them all.
right.
So that
right.
I don't ever want to say
You don't want to say, yeah.
because you can
Yeah.
walk right behind me and find something I missed.
You know, there's a
So,
good
you know.
patch right before you go left to that canyon. There's a good patch of trees, and they on Google Earth you can see they're living good. You know, I could zoom in right here and I could see the brown trees really easy. Over there, they're healthy, and it made me wonder: there are any trees? And there was a
There's
few
a lot.
acres.
There's a lot. In
Yeah.
fact, one time Rhodes and I came over from Smith Morehouse and we walked all the way across
Ah,
back into the South Fork of the Weber,
yeah,
checking all those trees, all those trails coming over the top.
yeah.
And there's a major trail up through there with Spanish signs used to have. One of them would come over the top, right where we're talking,
Yeah.
and the other one would go south, right over here to where the big dead tree stood.
Oh,
Remember that?
Uh huh.
And so we know that there was trails they were coming out of, so they marked the trees along through those trails.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not only to tell other people where to go, but for themselves to know in case they come back and they were disoriented like you get when you're gone for a long time.
Yeah,
And so they marked them.
yeah.
And so, that was the main trail that those Indians stuck those gold bars in those caves, because that was one of the main trails.
Now I got to ask you this. Now the caves are being brought up. Where are these ice caves?
You'll run right into them down Maxwell Canyon.
That's
You should.
where they're at.
You should.
Okay. And I've heard, I don't know, I can't remember if I heard it from you or someone else, that it's suspected the Spanish possibly used those ice caves to store food, like deer and
Well,
stuff
they
like
did,
that.
and so did John Young.
Oh,
And those
okay.
guys that were up here earlier, they used them as cache sites.
Yeah.
And they were well known to the Indians and Spaniards, so I'm sure they used them.
Yeah.
And
I'm
if
sure.
you remember me telling you, if you're facing the old mine adit, where it used to be,
Yeah.
on the hillside there to the south,
Uh-huh.
there used to be pockets of ice in those
Oh.
holes there.
Yeah.
In fact, that's how I slipped and fell. When I slipped down the mountain, it was I stepped on ice.
Oh shoot.
Oh, and that's
And in July. And
wow.
But we found those ice pockets
Yeah.
all through those trees, but they're
Wow.
gone now.
Huh.
But you could put your hand down in and dig ice right out of it.
Wow.
And they're all along that hillside.
Huh.
But now they're all dried up now.
Just
Wow.
east of the Bear Hole or the
Yeah.
Yellow Jacket?
Bear hole.